We lost
What
our
happened?
audio?
Yeah.
Oh,
GG.
We were like an hour in.
it's dead audio?
Yeah, that's all gone.
Well, I guess we're reconvening.
Well, we have that, so hopefully that...
We can just use it. We're using that, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry for the bad audio quality.
Yeah.
Episode 12, number 2.
Yeah, episode 12 again.
Still Unnamed podcast?
Yes.
We're still the same guys we were before.
Yep.
Minus one guy from the first episode 12.
Yeah. Our guest could not come back for the continuation of episode 12, even though it's not a continuation. It's a separate episode 12.
What
What?
is this?
It's a podcast. It's Still Unnamed podcast.
Oh.
Episode 12, number 2.
Oh, hi, everybody.
We're recording this?
We're recording?
Huh.
We're
Well,
good.
you've been putting these on the internet?
Dude, I know how you remember how I told you guys, like, let's just record our conversations for prosperity?
Yeah.
I lied. I'm making money on it.
Oh, dang.
How much money are you making?
Nothing.
Oh, okay. I'd want my cut of that. I want 33% of nothing.
We'll think about it.
Okay.
Can I get nothing?
I have to talk to the other guys that also are part of the business.
Oh,
They're invested.
you've got...
Investors.
Yeah.
You got investors?
Dang. Are they invests?
Yes.
Are they named Sylvester?
Sylvester the Sweater Vest Investor.
Whoa. So that's why that guy was hanging around.
He's just been standing in the corner over there.
Yeah.
Just watching.
He's like, make sure you eat Subway sandwiches. And I was like, what? Now it makes sense.
That's his other investment.
I thought you just get catering for free. I was like, cool. Like, what are the snacks?
Like, I don't really like Subway, but hey, I'll take free Subway.
Make
Yeah.
sure it's on the camera. All right.
So make sure to eat the sandwich and be like, it's so good.
Sandwich tastes weird. No, it doesn't. Okay. That was just a Subway wrap?
Dude, I don't even like Subway on the real stuff.
Okay.
It's
That's
not
your
that
fault. You're the one making the sandwich. Like, I know there's the sandwich artist putting it together, but it's your creation.
good. But I'm saying, no matter what he or I do or she, it's not going to be good. The ingredients are bad.
That's true.
There's nothing that can be saved. Once it came into the store, it's done.
I'm going to be honest, dude. When we went to Ralph's, I think that the deli person was lying because they didn't want to make sandwiches. Because they still had the sandwich set up. And I want a sandwich. Ralph's sandwiches were the bombest.
I think the employees just make themselves sandwiches for lunch, but they don't make them for anyone else.
I
They
would.
didn't have the menu board for sandwiches.
Plus, we went there multiple times, and each time they were like, no, we don't do that anymore.
No, once it was Albertsons.
Oh, yeah.
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 If you're,
I think Stater Brothers does it probably. Back, you might have
if you buy sandwiches from a grocery store, leave a comment down below.
Yeah, not the pre-made ones, like a custom deli sandwich.
By the way, in case it's the Still Unnamed podcast, episode 12, part 2. I'm Steve. That's Fernie.
I'm Azim.
Welcome.
Yep. Fernie, are you wearing a New York Giants hat?
No, I don't even know what this is. I liked the design and I saw the hat and I needed it for a certain day, so I grabbed it and got it and it's pretty cool.
Okay.
It looks cool. It's got a mountain, a sun, and a sky.
Yeah, it looks like a national park, I think. I don't know which one I said. I think it said Big Bear. Kind of looks like Big Bear.
Big Bear's not a national park.
No, it's not. But it looks like Big Bear because there's the 3 little mountains, and if you look to Big Bear, it's like 3 mountains. Not like Mount Baldy where it's just like 2.
3 mountains.
It's probably
What
snowing
did I
there
say?
right
Like, I don't know what. Someone asked.
Yeah, you said it was a national park.
now. It's not, definitely not.
I don't know what. I don't know if they're trying to be smart or something.
And then that girl was like, oh yeah, I think I've been there or something.
What?
Yeah, so we were outside of a place like this
food
weekend,
place,
a couple
yeah.
days ago. And then we were leaving and some guy was like, oh, is that a New York Giants hat? Because he saw that hat and he assumed New York Giants because I guess the blue and the red. I'm like, that's definitely not a Giants logo, but all right.
Yeah, and I was like, what? And I was
Oh, so that's why you were clowning it. That's
Yeah.
okay. I was like, dude, it doesn't look anything like it. I was
No.
wondering why you brought it up.
Yeah, someone just asked him that. And then Fernie's like, I think it's a national park.
And I was like, oh,
And then some girl's like, oh yeah, I think I've been there. I was like, yeah, you've been to that particular park? The 3 mountains?
You've been through mountains?
With the weird white sun with the red line around it? Like, okay.
Everyone knows that national
You
park.
never
Yeah.
been here? This place is dope.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, Niagara Falls
Yeah.
is just as memorable. Like, you see that image and you're like, oh, yeah, that place.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is 3 Peaks.
That may or may not be Big Bear.
3 Peaks Mountain, everyone
It's 3
knows.
Peaks,
Oh, yeah.
man. You never
Wait.
been to Three Peaks?
Is it one mountain with 3 peaks, or is it 3 mountains next to each other?
No, it's 3 mountains, 3 peaks, 3 peaks.
Okay.
So there's a whole resort, skiing.
Oh, 3 Peaks Resort
Yeah.
in the Mountain District.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know how there's like Twin Peaks, there's Triplet Peaks.
Hmm.
There's 3. It sounds better. 3 Peaks sounds better than Triplet Peaks.
3 Peaks sounds like Tree Pete, like when they won the
Oh, the 3-peat?
the 3-peat.
The Triple Crown?
But also was not the Giants.
No.
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 You think those-
wait, New York Giants?
But you think those people just wanted to like start conversation? Like they just thought you were cool, and they're like,
I have no idea.
I think the guy was trying to pick a fight.
Yeah.
Like, he's
Oh,
like, New
really?
York Giants, I'm going to get him.
And I was like, what?
like this doesn't look anything like their logo.
No.
No, but also, I'm not, like, I know how to, like, just, like, divert those kind of fights. I'm like, oh, yeah, just talk about something weird. Well,
Like fake national parks.
fake national parks, or you could be like, oh, did you know over there they had telescopes? And they're like, what the fuck, telescopes? And they're like, yeah, wait.
The New York Giants have telescopes?
Yeah, they do. That's how they see all the plays.
I feel like if you just told him like it's from my anime, he would have left you alone.
I was like, it's my anime, leave me alone. Kill my CMA now.
I feel like it's a good way to like diffuse the situation.
Just bring up anime?
Yeah, they'll be like, "What's going on?" Like they don't want to talk about it. They feel awkward.
Yeah, that's a good way to end any conversation.
I'll be like, do you like anime too? Because, like, this is totally dope.
You just start talking to him too much, like too enthusiastic, and he's like, "I need to
You
go."
like cartoons?
It's like, "Oh, you're a fan?
Yeah.
What episode are you on?
I got
Are you all caught up?" And he's just like,
What if he's like super into anime and he starts talking? Then you have to like pretend to like
It
just bring up
backfires.
obscure stuff that
oh.
he's probably never heard of.
No, I learned my lesson about that. I did that before. I tried to, like, BS my way through something this person knew about, and I was like, whoa. I was like, nope. I was like, I got myself in a corner. Now I'm just like, I don't know about that.
Now you have to be their best friend and pretend you know everything about the subject.
Now I'm just honest. I'm like, I don't, really? If they tell me something about something, I'm like, I have no idea about that. Tell me more. I was like, seriously, I'll know what I know about what, but I don't know what you're talking
Because
about.
it could backfire.
That's true.
It's better, like, learn something than look stupid. You're like, oh, yeah.
Plus, like some things you know a little bit and you think you know a lot.
And then someone like really knows their stuff.
They're an expert.
Yeah.
Like Lord of the Rings as an example. You could love the movies, but there's like a whole book that's like an encyclopedia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you, there's like a big difference between like knowing Lord of the Rings and like being studying Lord of the Rings.
It's like, oh, I'm familiar with Lord of the Rings, but I don't know Middle Earth.
Yeah.
About that. So there's this guy in one of my film classes, and he had a tattoo, and I was looking at it, and I was like, dude, that looks like, that's elfish, right? And I was like, that's straight up elfish. And then I go to him, I was like, hey, dude, that's elfish, right? And he's like, how do you know that? And he's like, because he's from the army, everybody thinks like Arabic or something. And I was like, nah, dude, that's elfish, right? And he's like, yeah, and he starts talking about Lord of the Rings, and I was like, this guy knows a lot about Lord of the Rings.
Well, I
And
mean, if
was-
he has a tattoo in Elvish, you'd think he was pretty big into it.
I think it was him or his brother were like learning it because they got the
whole
the
language?
dictionary. Yeah, they got the dictionary, and they're like, and I was like, and he said some stuff, and I was like, I just recognized because my brain works a different way and recognizes patterns.
I feel like I watched the movie a couple of times.
Yeah.
I have a weird brain process. My brain's like, hey, weird language.
It's a side effect of dyslexia.
It
Can't do
is.
English, but Elvish, that makes perfect sense.
It does. I'm like, oh shit, yeah. I
You
get it.
actually were born in the elf land,
Probably.
and then you were brought here. And you're like, these letters don't make any sense.
I'm like, I don't get this, and I was like, oh yeah, that's scribble scrabble. No, it's not. This is you got to go 3 miles north, and then like 3 leaps. I don't know what the hell that means.
You should have told him, be like, yeah, I'm ESL, Elvish second language.
I wish I second language.
But then he would have talked to you and you'd been like, oh, crap.
No, he did.
He just starts going, "Shoo, yeah, shoo."
No, he said something, and I was like, because I said, is that Elvish? And he's like, and I was like, bro, no.
Start backing away slowly.
I was like, I don't know it. I don't know. For some reason, the pattern looks like Lord of the Rings.
There's like an obvious ring tattoo next to it.
Yeah.
There's like the leaf that the Frodo has or whatever.
The only reason I know is because I had the replica of the ring. It came like in a book where I would like just be staring at it. I'm like, oh, this is cool. And I saw this and I was like,
What do you mean just staring at it? Were you like Gollum?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
like,
he's like,
My
he
precious.
keeps it in his pockets.
I used to just, hold on to it and stare at it for hours.
And he's like, why shouldn't I put it on?
Sorry.
I heard that not to just make this a Lord of the Rings episode, but I heard that the ring, like, more than turning people invisible, it makes the person who's carrying it very, like, persuasive. Like, it makes you a leader almost just by having it. Like, you know how, like, Frodo was like, oh, I'll do it.
Yeah.
And then everyone's like, yeah, I'll help out.
Yeah.
And, like, throughout the way, too, people are like, oh, you know, I'll help you guys out. They kind of, it's like a secondary power of it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Fun facts.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Also, fun facts, what's his name? The guy who plays Boromir, Sean
Bean? Yeah.
He's, like, only in movies with swords in them for some reason, and he always dies in the movies.
That's true.
No, he was in Equilibrium.
That was a gun movie.
Yeah, I had to
Action, I guess. Did he
get
die?
shot?
Yeah, he did.
Yes,
yeah.
he
He
loves
died like in
dying.
the first half an hour.
Yeah, that's his shtick. He gets killed early.
He's the guy that dies.
He's the sacrificial guy.
You see a new movie with him, you're like, he's not making it.
I was like, hell yeah, this is dope. And I was like, God damn, I was off the good Sean Bean stopping
Yeah.
this goddamn.
He's so good, and then you're like, oh, they're not going to kill him in this one. He's too good, and then they kill him.
Dude, Game of Thrones fucking why? I was like, are you serious?
I
Like,
haven't seen it yet. Don't spoil it.
oh.
Well, you know, if it's Sean Bean, he's
No, it's true.
Yeah.
he's not going to make it.
I thought he was going to make it in not Lord of the Rings. Well, he also died in that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He dies. That's his
I
thing.
thought he was going to
Yeah.
make it in Game of Thrones, and then I was like, what? What the fuck?
You're like, oh, they're not going to drop the axe.
I was like,
Something's
I never-
gonna happen.
I never read the books, but Jesus.
Yeah, but George R.R. Martin just loves killing people.
Yeah.
That's like those. I never seen the movies, but that's like the movies, the show. But that's like the whole thing, right? People get murdered.
Yeah,
Yeah, they just
and
get
then they
marked
introduce
off,
new
like,
characters,
random.
and then they murder them too.
No one's
Kind of like a soap opera.
They're like, you like this character? Yeah. Kill him.
Mm-hmm.
Dead.
That's the best. They get you. You spend like a season or so
Yeah.
getting attached to them.
And then they're like lates.
Yeah.
Like, what about, like, Pablo Pascal? What was his character's name? I forgot.
Pedro Pascal?
Oh, is it Pedro Pascal?
Pablo? Pedro?
I
That's
don't know.
Pedro, I think.
Yeah.
I don't
He's in Last of Us now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a good
Pedro?
actor.
Mm-hmm.
I think. Oh, I was probably thinking Pablo Escobar. That's why.
Mm.
That's a whole different guy.
But he was also
Yeah.
in that too. That Narcos thing.
Yeah.
I heard Narcos is good.
Narcos is.
I watched
good.
2 episodes and then I forgot to keep watching it.
It's very good.
Anyways, he's really good in that movie, and he's well ranged.
He's good in everything. He's really good in Last of Us.
Yeah. Did you continue watching it?
I saw the second episode.
I have seen it.
It's
I heard it's good. Yeah.
It's really good.
The first episode was really.
I played half of the first game because I rented it way back when.
Hmm.
It was good.
Yeah.
I never played the game.
The game's kind of like one of those movie games where it's like you watch a lot of cinematics and it's all story.
It's like
You usually like run throughs.
what's the one game where you play it? The guy who's like a treasure hunter, Tomb Raider, but it's a guy.
Oh,
Uncharted.
Yeah, it's basically like Uncharted, with a little bit more running and gunning.
Hmm.
Guns and runs.
But the zombies are scary.
Yeah.
The premise behind it was pretty scary too. The fungus thing.
Yeah, it's like they take control of ants, right? And
Yeah.
then the ants like do whatever they want, and then they jump off or kill them or something.
yeah.
Yeah, but the
the
climate-
fungus just
yeah.
feeds off of them.
And that could be us.
Yeah. Parasites.
It's true. It's going to that way.
We're one discovery away.
Yeah.
Well, no, they said it's just the thing has to live in something that's warmer, and the climate changes, so they evolve to live in a warmer climate, so that we can. That's the way they can live in us.
Oh, as like weather shifts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As they get used to living outside in warmer climates, then they can live in people because we're warmer climates.
Oh no!
Because they said they couldn't live in like 90 degrees, 95 degrees or higher or something like that.
Something like that.
I hope I have a fever when they come by. You're like 102, and then you're everyone turns into zombies, and you're just like, oh,
Yeah.
You're like, fuck, COVID, yeah. Finally.
save
Finally
me.
paid off.
Save me. He's all. I was like, oh, this fool has COVID.
They don't like it either.
You're
The
trying to throw
COVID
your
cells fight
mask.
off the fungus cells.
The guy's throwing you something. Lysol. Wait, what the hell? Who would know the pandemic would save us from another pandemic?
The zombie pandemic definitely worse.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
I'd rather have COVID than whatever fucking fungus that is.
Yeah. That's
What do
true.
you think's like the weakest zombies in media?
The slow ones.
Yeah, but which movie do you think
Night
has?
of the Walking Dead.
Those are pretty. Yeah, you're right.
I feel like it was 28 days later when Fast Zombies first showed up.
Yeah.
Before that, they were all just slow and
Slow. And even the ones in, like, Dawn of the Dead are
Yeah.
slow. But, like,
You know, in those movies, like the old zombie movies, like Night of the Living Dead and stuff, their mistake is like hiding in a house. If they just walked away,
Yeah.
they would have been fine.
Wait, what came out first? Resident Evil or 28 Days Later?
Resident Evil.
I think Resident Evil brought the fast zombies because those are the guys who became mutated and the wall crawlers and runners and all that, and then the dogs.
There weren't like fast ones in the first ones though.
Yeah, they're kind of.
Not like early.
I never played the first
Because
one.
also, then you have like Nemesis.
Yeah, that was Resident Evil 3.
I should think the early ones they had.
Like there were dogs and there were crows, but like the regular zombies were just kind of slow.
Very slow. Okay.
You ever think about how like a bicycle would be really good in the zombie apocalypse?
Yeah,
Seven,
until you hit like a rock or a crack and then you fell
yeah.
over.
Yeah.
Or you get a flat tire.
Yeah.
Yeah,
or
like
chain
one of
brakes.
those like repair kits where you like lick the tire and scrape it,
Mm-hmm.
and you're good. They put the little patch, it's like a little sticker.
Yeah.
And you just imagine like the zombies are walking after you super slow, and you're there nervously trying to patch your tire. You're like, oh, come on.
But yeah, you wouldn't need like electricity or gas, so a bike would be good.
And it's quiet.
Yeah. Until you take your bicycle cards out of the spokes.
I can imagine that's like the start of a zombie movie, and he hops on his bike. He's like, "Come on!" And he goes, and he's like, "What the hell?"
It has like
It's the
aluminum
bell
can
ding
on the back.
ding.
It's creaking.
Yeah.
It's windy.
It's a windy day here on the Still Unnamed podcast.
It's supposed to rain.
It did rain a little bit earlier.
It's supposed to rain at night, they said.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Here comes the rain again.
California can't get a break.
No.
Was
It's not,
Atmospheric rivers or something?
it's not going to be a lot of rain this weekend, they said, but we'll
Oh.
see.
They never know. They
It's
said it
true,
was
they
supposed
just
to rain
guess.
today, and it's.
Yeah.
They were when I checked the forecast like yesterday.
Mhm.
It said it was supposed to rain Monday and Tuesday.
Yeah.
Tomorrow and the day after. If you're not here with us presently, they'll figure it out.
We're live streaming this.
Yeah,
Welcome live.
that'd be cool, but also scary.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, they said it wasn't going to rain till like a few days, and then all of a sudden there's rain. They don't know what's going on.
I feel like it depends on what app you use, because I checked yesterday through a different app, and it told me rain Sunday night and Monday morning.
What do you use?
I want to say it's called Today Weather.
Because that's the second or third time yours has been more accurate than mine.
Yeah.
They said what's pretty. Well, Apple bought it out was Dark Sky.
Yeah. Dark Sky was
But the
really
Apple
good.
one's the one I've been using that's been wrong.
That's the same thing. No, it's Dark Sky now.
Oh.
Well, Apple bought Dark Sky and turned it into Apple.
Yeah.
The only thing Dark Sky was good at was knowing exactly when it's going to rain.
Yeah.
Like, it'd be scary. Like, you'd get a notification that's like, oh, in 2 minutes it's going to rain, and then in 2 minutes it would rain.
Yeah. You're just like, what the fuck?
Wow.
Yeah.
It was like they're for a DARPA or something.
Yeah. Like, their wind or, like, temperature weren't, like, on,
Spot,
point. And, like, the 5-day prediction wasn't good. But, like, immediate weather, like, it knew what was happening.
It just sends you the guy from Family Guy or whatever. He's like, it's going to rain.
Yeah. That's exactly what it was. And then it starts raining, and you're like, oh, thanks, Holly.
Yeah. I was just like, what the fuck? Dark Sky was dope, but then you can't use it no more. You have to have Apple products.
Mm-hmm.
Did I have an Apple and I use the Apple weather and I don't think it's that good.
Have you updated?
Probably not.
Oh, that's fine.
That might be why.
'Cause I have
It was
a-
recent?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, I don't
They
think
bought
I
it
have.
last year, and then they
Oh.
barely like in January. Or was it December? They implicated that they cut the website and everything, and says get Apple weather.
Yeah, just buy an iPhone.
Yeah.
So I have it on the iPad. And that's pretty cool.
They're like, hey, you don't have it on your phone. Buy a new phone.
Exactly.
Buy an iPhone just to know the weather.
Yeah.
Weather.com's still okay.
You can just look out your window. It tells you what the weather's like, too.
Hi, welcome to the weather. It's kind of weathery and a little bit of weather.
Yeah, you
and
smell
the
it's
wind.
going to rain.
Have you guys seen those signs where like it'll be at like a tourist trap somewhere and there'll be like a boulder and there'll be like a sign and it'll say magical weather rock, and it'll say, is the rock wet? Rain. Is the rock still here? Normal weather or whatever. Like they put different things.
Is the rock missing? Super windy.
Yeah, exactly. They're like,
Flooding.
it's the magical weather rock.
That
River?
makes sense.
Yeah, is it underwater? Flooding. Yeah.
Good old small town humor.
If it's still here, earthquake.
Yeah, if
it
it's
in
cut
two
in
pieces?
pieces. Yeah. It's crumbled.
Is it levitating in the sky? Run.
Oh no. That's a big
Aliens?
tornado.
I don't know.
Tornadoes.
Yeah. Oh, man.
To lift a boulder, that's
Yeah.
a big tornado.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if it's gonna hit anyone, but why do people still build? Like, okay, you know, tornado alley, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they know that tornadoes are gonna come through there.
Mm-hmm.
Why do people rebuild there?
That's a good point. Why do people who live in the hills who lose their houses to mudslides rebuild every year?
I don't know. I wouldn't. I was like,
I could see maybe as if it were like the only place you could afford. Like, you,
Hills are expensive.
yeah, that's a good point.
In third world countries, poor people live on the hills, but in the U.S., rich people live in the hills.
I remember my girlfriend was watching something. I think it was Miley Cyrus. I might be wrong. Don't get mad if I miss. It might be a different actress or singer or something. But she like wrote a song about how her house got ruined by like what do you call it when the like near the ocean when it like falls.
Tide?
yeah.
Or like no like
It
where
eroded.
the it
Yeah,
erodes.
Oh, yeah.
And she like wrote a whole like sad song about how she lost her house. And I'm like, what did you think was gonna happen? Like,
Yeah. It's true.
and my girlfriend's like, she loves Malibu. That's where she grew up. And I was like, this rich people problem.
Yeah.
That's a lot of things happen like that on the coast. Like they erode into like when you live on a cliff and just falls into the
But they
ocean.
buy like $3 million mansions or
yeah,
whatever.
on a cliff.
Yeah.
And then it starts like eroding. And they're like, well, how does that happen? And I was like, we live in California. It's gonna
Yeah.
break off.
It's all like
Earthquake.
sandstone or whatever.
But then they just rebuild in like the same place, basically.
I would.
Yeah.
I'd just rebuild in the city.
I could see that. Like, if you want to live somewhere specific and you have a ton of money,
Yeah.
but you shouldn't complain about it. Like, you know, you should expect it to happen and just account for it. Be like, I'm going to have to build another house in 5 years.
Yeah, but by complaining about it, she was able to sell a song that probably paid for the new house.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I lost my house, got some rich people problems.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's much better to be rich and lose your house than be poor and lose your house.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's the sad thing is a lot of like where the tornadoes are. I'm pretty sure it's like there are people who are like that's just where they live.
But they also have insurance too.
And they build the
Yeah.
construction is cheaper because they know it's going to destroy the house.
That's true.
They're like disposable almost.
There's like, yeah, you're going to lose it and you're going to build a new one.
Yeah. There's like a whole different kind of construction out there than opposed to here.
That's true because you have to do like reinforcement stuff here for your like earthquake codes. in California.
Yeah.
It depends where you live. Probably fire codes are different too in areas where there's lots of wildfires.
Yeah.
Right.
They have like,
Valley.
Yeah. But that's why over here we do like wood homes and stucco because it's more earthquake proof than
Shifts.
doing brick and stone.
and if your what do you call it? Climate is susceptible to zombies,
Oh, yeah.
you need reinforced doors.
That's true.
Yeah.
Just board up your windows.
You know, they can't. I don't know. I guess it depends on the type of zombies, but I feel like reinforcing, they don't do it enough in the movies.
That's true.
They just put like 2 boards on the windows, like crossed.
Yeah.
Could just put in like a whole pallet, like a whole
Oh, yeah.
like plywood.
I feel like a whole metal sheet.
Yeah.
You
Just
could.
put those bars on it, those metal bars.
Like a cage, like the ones they put on.
Yeah, so people don't rob your house. Like
Yeah.
those bars. Yeah.
It'll work on zombies. You're right.
Yeah, dude. Zombies aren't taking those off.
That's the thing. Like, unless they're like even zombies where they're like fast humans or whatever, they're still only people.
Yeah, they're not that strong.
Yeah.
And their bodies are rotting, so, like, too much effort and they're just going to rip their own arms off.
That's the best. You ever talking what's the weakest kind of zombies?
Yeah.
The ones that are quickly decaying.
Yeah.
The ones that are like realistic where they're like
Yeah.
their fingers are bone and like yeah.
Yeah.
They need to just wait a couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And go, ugh.
It'll be like the first 2 weeks of the pandemic all over again, but it's zombies.
Yeah, just stay in your house to flatten the curve and then you're good.
Just wait 2 weeks and they'll all be decomposed.
Yeah.
Can I get Uber Eats right now? No. Yeah.
They're the Uber Eats have like the bars on their windows. They're like driving like risking their lives.
They have the.
You better tip.
Was it cow traps or whatever? They're called? Cow traps.
Hitting zombies.
Just a plow machine just going through.
Dude, I bet the zombies would love Uber Eats cars driving around. They're like, oh, here comes my Uber Eats. Get some brains.
I'll just get a snowplow, dude, and just deliver
Too
that.
soon.
Oh.
I don't know what happens, but I don't want to ask.
Jeremy, you're running?
Yeah.
Oh.
He had that snowplow accident.
Oh. I still don't know because I'm just not. I'll be.
You know who he is? Hawkeye from the Avengers?
Oh.
So
Yeah.
he, like, is a nice guy in his neighborhood and he helps people out. He has a snowplow. So when people get snowed in, like, he helps people out. And it was like his nephew or something, right? It was someone he was related to. I don't know. Anyway, he was helping someone and his snowplow started moving while he was not in it. And, like, it hit his leg.
His leg?
Yeah, he got hit in his own leg by his own snowplow.
Dang, but he's okay.
No, he was hospitalized.
Yeah.
But I
And
mean, like,
there's-
he's not dead.
He got run over. Yeah.
Yeah,
but
he's not dead, and there's conflicting reports about how well he's going to be able to walk in the future.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Mm-hmm.
That's how that other actor died too.
Who?
The guy who played, he was in Star Trek. He was
Oh yeah, he got smashed by his car.
his own car ran him
He
over.
got checked.
Who?
He played the Russian.
Oh, yeah.
He was also in Terminator.
Yeah.
He did the voice of the guy from the cartoon. I forgot which one. Oh, Troll Hunter. Yeah,
Something Bird? I forgot his name, but yeah, I know who you're talking
Yeah.
about.
that seems like it's too often.
Yeah. He got hit by his own car?
Yeah, he was at his house, and then his car was parked, and it rolled down the hill and smashed between him and a pillar.
Dang, that sucks.
Yeah.
If another celebrity gets hit by their own car, I'm gonna say it's suspicious.
I mean, there was Jay Leno with the fire, but he was working on the car. And then his other car accident recently, or his motorcycle accident.
Wait, what happened? I hear about that.
He was riding his motorcycle. It was like an old, like, I want to say like 1930s or something. And then it was having issues, so he's going to pull into a parking lot. And in the parking lot, there was a low-hanging wire with no flag on it.
Yeah.
And it clotheslined him off his bike.
Oh shit.
And I think he, like, broke his knee or his leg or something.
Dang.
Yeah.
That
Ribs?
guy-
He broke 2 ribs, something like that.
He's kind of living on that kind of life though, where he's like collecting cars, driving fast cars.
Yeah, I mean, when you're that old and riding a motorcycle, like,
Yeah.
he might want to tone down his hobby. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
Get into a wood shop or something.
Especially because the fire thing was just like 2 months ago. It was November.
What was the fire thing? I didn't hear about that.
He was working on like an old car, and it started leaking fuel. Like he was clearing a fuel line. That's what it was. The fuel line was clogged, and then he cleaned it out and ended up spraying fuel on his face, and then that ignited, and he got like 2nd-degree burns to his face and neck.
Dang.
Dang.
I think 2nd-degree. Yeah, he went to like, hospital, and he had plastic surgery and construction and all that.
And it didn't slow him down.
No.
Wow.
Yeah, he recovered pretty quick. I mean,
So can I get out there? And
yeah.
You know what I mean?
He should like keep his cars, but I'm sure he has enough to have. And I mean, that's probably the joy he gets is working on them.
Yeah, but he should have someone else working on
yeah.
it.
He could. It would save him a lot of.
But like
well,
that's his hobby, and I'm sure he
Yeah.
makes good money off that. He has what's that show, Jay's Garage or
Garage.
something? Yeah,
He has hangars, not garages, airplane hangars.
full of cars and motorcycles.
You
and
know,
all
like when
that.
you see like the movie and they show that giant airplane hangar, and you're like, "Whoa, that thing's giant." He has 3 of those full of cars.
3 of them.
3.
Wow.
Like you can fit jumbo jets into those fucking things.
Yeah, he has some cars worth like millions.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think the only person who has a bigger car collection than him is the baseball player Reggie Jackson.
Hmm.
Dang, he has more than Jay Leno? That's wild. I have 1 car.
Yeah,
And then they say
same.
same. Jerry Seinfeld has like a big Porsche collection also.
But he borrowed on the coffee. What's this show called? Coffee Comedians and Cars.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He borrows Jay Leno's cars a lot of times.
Yeah, he borrows a lot of cars from different
yeah,
places.
they're not all his cars.
Not his cars, but he did bring a couple Porsches that were his. And he has some. His niche is Porsche. Him and Bill Gates.
You figure Bill Gates would have the biggest collection.
No,
Bill
he
Gates-
collects a lot of farmland, not
Yeah.
really cars.
And like
That's suspicious too.
Yeah,
and exclusive like Leonardo da Vinci books. Dude, he paid $32 million for a Da Vinci
Oh,
journal.
I wonder what's in there. Only he knows.
I don't know.
Do you guys ever? I don't know if this is true, but did you ever hear the legend that Da Vinci wrote with both hands?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He also wrote backwards, they said.
yeah, he invented his own like.
Is that for
codes.
real though?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think it's true because if you're weird and you have that much time, super intelligent people do some crazy shit.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. He was probably one of them. I mean, from what they've been told, he's probably one of the most intelligent people.
Yeah,
Think about how easy it was to steal each other's information back then too. Like, so you have to like kind of code it. Because,
No one was coming up with that stuff other than I don't think so. His stuff's
No.
too off the wall.
I mean,
Yeah.
but like, say you go into somewhere and you're like, oh, I kind of had this idea. You don't steal like the big ideas, but you like a little nugget. Like, oh, that sounds kind of like I could come up with that. To get into like his chamber would be kind of easier too. Like, breaking through those locks.
I don't know because he used to also have cadavers and stuff. You didn't hear about that? He was one of the first people to draw an anatomically correct system, like the nervous system, the whole
because he was
thing.
looking at dead people.
Yeah,
I'm not talking about breaking into his like house or something. You know what I mean?
breaking into where?
Like Da Vinci's spot.
That's what I'm saying.
His house?
Yeah.
You just said not his house.
Yeah.
And now you're saying, but yeah, but I'm saying like he probably kept that. His
Yeah,
stuff,
you wouldn't
like,
want to go into his house. Like that'd be
His
weird.
lab.
Yeah.
He probably was there the whole time. You couldn't even get there when he wasn't there.
Right.
He takes me as the kind of guy that would just be like locked up, writing
Working
things.
24/7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he has agendas and he had other places to be too. Like he would be other places. You just gotta learn his stuff.
Steal his stuff.
Still find his schedule. And then you steal his stuff.
Imagine if he was alive today. Like we'd have all kinds of crazy stuff. He'd be. I was gonna say he'd be the one like tapping into the human brains and stuff, but that's Elon Musk. But he'd be doing that. I think he'd be, especially his cadaver thing. He'd be figuring out how brains work and interfacing with machines.
Yeah.
You think about like the smartest dudes in history,
And how
like
they're all crazy.
Nikola Tesla, probably Da Vinci. Do you think like in 100 years people will be like, "Oh, Elon Musk"?
They might.
They might, huh? He's been coming up with a lot of stuff.
Yeah, but a lot of his stuff, like he comes up with the ideas, but then he just has money and he has other people develop it.
It's what Da Vinci would have done.
Yeah, you're right.
Think about it. All his stuff is ideas mostly.
Yeah.
He didn't, as far as we know, he didn't
Yeah.
really make his things. He just like drew them up.
Like he invented the helicopter, but he didn't have a team of guys to build it.
Yeah, but if he had billions of dollars,
Yeah.
would have happened.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Where is he from? Italy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If the king was like, take as much money as you'd like, hire a team, it would have been done.
Yeah, that's true.
We would have had helicopters back then.
It's true. Imagine like fuck Wright brothers. Fuck the Wright brothers. You got
Imagine
helicopters.
like all of a sudden Italy is like a superpower because they even more than they were back then.
Yeah.
They're like, we got tanks, we got helicopters, we have a navy.
Yeah, it went on to the first Air Force.
Yeah. They would be onto the Space Force way before we did.
Yeah.
Russia got there before us.
The Space Force?
Not Space Force, but into space.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Sputnik?
Oh, they have
The dog?
The dog,
They have
yeah.
a lot of stuff. They're just launching random stuff into space.
Did any of the animals come back alive?
I don't doubt it.
None.
They're still out there.
Yeah, dude. They're just like all frozen, like
Yeah.
Why don't
soaring
they
through
felt
space.
like something like aliens just scooting by and they're like, what the fuck is that? Oh, dude, pick that dude
Well,
up.
that's in Guardians of the Galaxy, right? The guy who takes the dogs.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah,
about
he
that.
has the animals that are.
That
The
got launched
collector?
into space, yeah.
Imagine this aliens just cruising by as he's going and the dog's like, hey, oh shit.
It'd be so
Sounds like a
sad. The
bulldog.
dog's like alone and scary. You're like, I got you. Don't worry.
Alien's like, oh, bro, let's go. Alien's like, oh, shit. Dog's like, cool. You can communicate with me? Alien's like, yeah.
Dude, they probably could.
What the hell's going on that part? Those motherfuckers put me in some case and they just shot me out into space. I was like, I didn't know what's going on. They're giving me kibble. They said, sit here, and I was good for a little minute. And then all of a sudden,
Do the dogs have to push buttons, you think, or do they just launch them?
I don't know. They probably don't have to do anything. You train them to hit the button.
Yeah, just,
light goes red, they go treat.
just so they're responsible for it, not you. You don't have
Yeah.
to feel bad when they die. You're like, he pushed the button. Whatever.
3,
Yeah.
2, 1. Oof.
I wonder what the origin of the dog is. Like, is it a street dog? Is it a shelter dog? Is it a dog that they bred specifically for that purpose?
It was the
Space
main
dog.
guy's dog. Like whoever came up with the space, the actual like
Yeah.
design. They're like, if you believe it in so much,
Send your dog.
send your dog.
Ugh.
He's like, oh.
He's never coming back. He's
No.
like, I lied to you guys.
Yeah.
Sorry. Dog's like, oh. They also send up like chimps and stuff too.
Yeah. They're like, we're not sending a real person. We don't know how this stuff works.
Yeah.
And then
Like,
they're
but a
like,
dog, though. But we need something closer. We need something more.
Why not just send the spaceship with nothing?
Because you
like,
need to know.
you need to get the spaceship back because it's probably.
You need to see
The
if
dog
people
drives
can-
it back.
You need to know if life can survive.
I guess, right?
Yeah. Because imagine if they went from nothing to sending real human astronauts to the moon. They probably missed a couple steps.
You just explode.
Yeah. They're like, oh, if only we had sent a dog first. We would have seen this coming.
Well, so the dog will pilot back with the treats, and the dog's like, I'm just aim for headquarters.
Yeah.
Send him into space. The dog's
That-
revenge.
It's the worst sequel to Homeward Bound. The dog in space trying to get back to Earth.
I'm gonna find my way home. Wasn't that Space Buddies?
Air Bud, right? They had one.
Yeah. We're in space, dog.
Those are like his pup. Those movies
Yeah.
got. I don't even know what happened.
They got out
with
of hand. First, it was like, okay, I get that. And then they start talking. I'm like, what? When did they start talking?
them. Because
Air
Air
Bud
Bud
couldn't-
himself never
No, he
talked.
didn't. He just played basketball, and he started playing hockey and football and
The best one is
soccer.
baseball because it was called Seventh Inning Fetch. And that's the best
Dude.
animal pun name
It is.
for Airbud.
I wonder if someone knows the whole lore. Like, you know those YouTube videos where it's like,
yeah.
blah, blah, blah lore in 10 minutes?
Yeah. The Airbud lore?
Yeah.
Dude, in 10 minutes you couldn't even get into the buddies. Like, you could talk about Airbud, but not as kids.
Dude, the buddies have so many series. You're just like, I don't know. First they started with Snow Buddies, right? And then they went
I don't know
off
if that
of
was the
I think
first
Air
one.
Buddy is just plain was the original.
Air Buddies.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like
Yeah.
Air Bud.
Yeah, if they had started with Snow Buddies, that would have ended the franchise of the buddies.
They were snowboarding, huh, and skiing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too many of them. They got Parvo on the set, and it was bad.
Pros.
Yeah.
A lot of those movies where they have animal actor animals, it does not go well.
No.
Like, what was that one where it was like the life of a dog or something, and they drowned a dog?
What?
What?
It was like some controversy where like they were like trying to show like some like heart like touching moment or something, but the dogs were like in a whirlpool or something because it was supposed to be a river or something. I don't know, but the dogs like almost drowned. I think they killed the dog.
Dang, dude.
It was like 2016 or
Well, that's-
2017, a huge controversy.
Dang, that's recent.
Yeah. It's like the life of a dog or something like that. The end of a life of a dog, it should have been.
Yeah.
Dude, they had
They couldn't have put that thing at the end credits where they're like, oh, no animals were harmed in the making
It
of this
was,
movie.
yeah.
There's like one animal was harmed. We're really sorry.
I'm trying to remember what station. I think it was the Discovery or National Geographic or something had a show called LA Dogs, LA Street Dogs, and it was about like all the
All the hot dog places where you get dirty dogs, like street dogs in
delicious,
LA.
Those are good.
The bacon wrap.
wraps.
Yeah.
No, it was about the street dogs of LA, like legit, like homeless, like our stray dogs of LA, and they had like their packs and stuff. And I was like, what in the world? I didn't know they had a documentary about this.
Were your dogs watching this one day?
Yeah, they're like,
They put you onto it.
You're like, oh, these dogs are getting ideas. I don't like
I
this.
was like, hey, stop watching this.
They're going to form a gang and turn against you.
They already did.
Isn't there somewhere where like dogs take the trains, or am I imagining that?
They're probably dogs get smart.
They're like, oh, I remember seeing that on TV or something. There was like a whole pack of dogs, and they knew the whole like bus schedule or something.
Probably.
And they'd like hop on and take exit. Like they just like they knew it.
Dogs can like one thing they learned in the studies. Dogs can learn like if like how long you've been away or if you're getting close by the the strength of your scent. So they know that like if at this point of day like it gets low and then it comes back at this time, it's like that you should come home. That's how they know your routine.
They kind of have a sense of time without
Yeah.
having a sense of time.
Yeah,
Dogs can tell time.
they do.
The internal clock, sort of.
Dogs watch TV too.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, well, they said now there's more high def pictures. Dogs can see like TV better, and like view it. So they view more TV. Before it's like that 480p or 490, whatever it was, they couldn't see that. It's too low resolution.
Dang. That's they're probably 4K or whatever. They're like, dude, finally I can see.
Oh yeah, that's what they're saying.
Yeah.
With that 4K, dogs are more involved and more what is it like? Distracted by the TV.
Well, like more of their attention.
Yeah.
Plus, the colors have gotten so much better on TVs.
Yeah.
They're not all washed out. It's way more vibrant. Do you think there's any dogs that need, like, glasses to see?
Probably. I
What if all
think
dogs
so.
need glasses?
Yeah, we just didn't know.
We just don't know what they need.
Yeah, there's prescription
Woo.
glasses for dogs.
Imagine you put glasses on one dog and they're like, "Whoa, this is."
It's like when the people put on the colorblind glasses and
Yeah.
like they start crying. It's the same.
Dogs like, "Oh."
Have you ever put on colorblind glasses?
No, they're expensive.
I want to try them. See what happens.
They're like what, 400? $300, I think.
They're kind of up there.
200, somewhere between 200 and 400. I
Yeah,
don't
who
know.
needs to see all the colors for $200? Like, you've gotten by where you're at now.
I got enough.
I'm still like not. I've been told I'm partially colorblind, but I'm not convinced.
Dude, remember when you played Overwatch on colorblind mode and you're like, oh, this helps?
Yeah,
Yeah. I
That's
think
how you know.
That's all the convincing you need.
I'm like in denial about it still. I don't know.
I don't know. I learned when I was colorblind when we were playing Peggle.
Mm-hmm.
And it's this game where you match different color balls. This is gonna sound weird.
You don't match them. You just have to hit the ball.
Yeah, they hit them and then they disappear or whatever. But like I was like, dude, this is
It's
kind
not
of.
even the discussion.
I don't even know how to describe it. Just Google it. Peggle.
It's
not
like
Peggle,
you drop a ball,
Yeah,
or you
okay.
shoot a
Launch
ball,
it, yeah.
and then it kind of bounces down all these pegs, like these colored bubbles.
Yeah, and they knock them out, and you have to get like green ones and stuff. And I couldn't. I was like, "Where's the green one?" So he like put it on black and white mode, and I was like, "Oh wow!"
Yeah, it has a colorblind mode where it makes the pink one a little different from the green one, and it also puts symbols inside of them, so
Yeah.
you can tell them apart.
And I was like, well, this helps a lot.
I think they did that because I played the one on the phone,
Mm-hmm.
and I think they did that later on. The color, they weren't just the color; they would have like stars or something along with them.
Yeah, in the
Yeah.
original one, that was like colorblind mode. You can turn on in the options.
They just did it. Just included it, and I was just like,
Yeah.
I was playing Overwatch the other day, and this guy was playing really bad.
Yeah.
And his excuse was that he didn't have colorblind mode on. Like, he was like, "Oh, sorry, I can't see anything." I was like, "Dude, just turn it on."
Yeah, you can do that mid-game.
Yeah. I was like, just turn on the setting. And he's like, "Oh, sorry, I can't see."
You can literally do that from the spawn. It takes like 10 seconds to do that in the options.
That's what I told him, and dude.
that's when I was like having trouble seeing our not our enemies, but our for our allies because they're green. Because mine's is like green yellow.
Yeah, when you like see your friends through walls, they're green.
Yeah.
So I could see that.
So I was like, and like kind of red blue, but more like green yellow. It's like harder for me to see, and like that's when you guys told me to change it. I changed it, and I was like, oh, I can see who's on my team.
Yeah.
It's nice that that's like a thing now.
Yeah. And Overwatch, especially, it has like so many different colorblind options depending on what your thing is.
Oh yeah.
And you can adjust the intensity. Like, it's pretty good.
And there's so many different kind of color blinds. It's not just like
There's like 4:
I think 5.
red, blue, no, red, green,
Yeah.
Red, blue,
yellow, blue.
hmm Those are the two more common ones.
Then there's
the yellow, green,
yellow, green, and that's it. No, I don't know.
and there's like a blue
Same.
green one too.
Blue. That's what we said. No, no, I said blue, yellow.
Yeah.
Have you seen there's tests that are only colorblind people can see?
No.
It's like a reverse test.
Really?
Yeah.
Like the opposite of that little dot one.
Oh, and there's also the monochronic or
The
whatever.
people that
that's
are
what-
all
yeah.
colorblind.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I knew a guy whose mom had whatever it's called, where she saw just black and white, and she couldn't drive. Like legally, she couldn't get a license because she only saw black and white. And he was saying something like he was glad it was his mom that had it and not his dad.
Because then he would have had
Yeah,
it.
all of
guaranteed.
because he has there's 3 boys in his family, and if the dad had it, all of them would have had color blindness.
You know what's weird, dude? About that, like no one else in my immediate family is colorblind because I did the test on them. And they're like, "What the fuck's wrong with you?" And I was like, "I don't understand where this is coming from.
It could be a generation thing, like skips a generation.
I gotta go test mine."
Like your grandpa had it, and then your mom didn't have it, and then you got it.
Oh, no, I can't test them because they're dead. But I can test my grandma.
Test your cousins.
I always test all the male cousins. There's only 5 of us. We're spread. I don't know where like 2 of them are. Yeah,
I'm not sure how that stuff works because I don't think my brother has any color blindness.
I would have to test my dad's side, right?
Yeah, if you think it's from there.
Or is it more from the females? I forgot. Someone explained it how that genetic band worked. I was in class once and they
Does
explained
your
it.
dad have it?
No, he's not colorblind.
I think it's your mother's side. I think I confused the thing with my friend's mom. I think it's what it was. It's not as if he was glad his mom had it. He was saying if his mom had regular color blindness, they would have all been colorblind. But because she had the other one, it wasn't on that gene.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, if it's regular color blindness, it's the mother's side.
Yeah, so I had to go test them.
And a woman being colorblind is super unlikely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's super rare for
But if they are, all of their sons are colorblind.
Well, that makes sense because they'd be double recessive. Yeah.
It's a weird thing because I bet you like for hundreds of years no one realized anyone was colorblind.
Right? They were just like, why doesn't this guy get it? And that was it.
Yeah.
What do you mean about the grass in the sky? I don't get it. Dude, bro, you don't... That's But I wonder what colors were called before. They were called like green and blue and stuff.
Latin words?
Yeah.
What came first, orange fruit or orange the color?
I think it was the color, right?
I really don't know. That's why I asked.
And then the fruit came around and they're like, yeah, we'll just name it after the color.
Like, yeah.
They should just name all fruit like that.
Yeah.
Red.
This
It's
is
a
the-
blueberry.
How did carrot get carrot? Because it's orange also.
They just call it orange.
Orange, long orange, and that's the round orange.
Corn is called yellow.
Yeah.
Corn is the bumpy yellow. You got the round bumpy yellow, which is you could squish it, squash. We got the orange bumpy one that's round. We'll call that. It looks kind of pumpkin.
It's weird how like everything was named at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, it's weird how like it's just an accumulation of people coming up with random things.
Yeah. Well, even new words are still coming out.
Like
it's
bussin',
pretty-
bussin'.
Yeah.
Blats.
Riz.
But yeah,
Slippy.
language is weird.
Slippy.
Mm-hmm.
Language is language. And it evolves.
Yeah. Remember, probably
Evolution.
in the well, you could say without a doubt, in the future, no one will speak English. In
Anyone
like
will speak English.
Hundreds
thousands of years.
You don't think
Maybe.
so?
No, why would they? We don't speak anything that was around thousands of years ago.
Like Old English?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Greek probably is the closest.
Yeah.
One of those languages was Latin and Greek, and
Well, they still speak it in other countries.
not Latin. It's
No,
not.
Latin's
Latin,
dead.
but like
It's not that many that are still. I mean, there's probably like a handful of languages that have been around for
French.
not even English has been around that long.
No,
For,
but-
you're talking like thousands of years? Yeah.
Yeah,
So there's like what?
I think BC, like nothing basically.
Egyptian.
Yeah, like Egyptian, Arabic, Greek, Latin, but no one speaks.
But Greek is probably one of them. And then like Italian.
That's Latin.
Italian.
Yeah, that's Latin.
Well, yeah.
There wasn't Italian though; it was just Latin.
Yeah,
then broke
it
down.
evolved
Yeah, it
out of
went
that.
into Italian.
There was
like-
no French. There was no.
Because Spanish, Italian, French. I'm trying to remember what else. They're all Latin.
Portuguese.
Portuguese are all Latin based.
Right. So back in the day, those were just Latin.
Yeah, they didn't have
exist.
those. languages.
There's probably some form of German, but I'm sure it's nothing like today's German.
Right.
No, German is part of the like our language. Like ours is a mixture because it's Germanics and something else.
Yeah, but they're both coming from whatever their language was back then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure there's like an ancient German.
This is
And there's all the languages that they destroyed with colonization that used to exist back then.
Oh, yeah, that's
Mm-hmm.
true. All the native languages and stuff.
Those were probably around for a while before they got rid of them.
Yeah. But you think, like the old timey English, nobody speaks that anymore. Nobody speaks ye old English.
no. That's like what?
Well, yeah, within a few hundred years, no one will understand our dialect of English.
Right.
Be like all valley.
And they'll have a recording of it too now, which is pretty trippy.
Yeah. They'll be like, oh, look how these guys used to talk.
Yeah, this podcast will be archived for just how people use colloquial words.
Speaking about that, Mid-Atlantic accent's gone. Who really speaks like that?
Oh, accents is even getting
Yeah.
more because of the internet.
Yeah.
Accents are disappearing.
But I'm saying like they used to talk like this, real high, real fast, like back in the 20s.
Oh, yeah.
But they were taught to talk like that, weren't
That's
they?
what
Yeah.
I'm saying. But
Yeah.
it disappeared.
It was like a coaching almost
Yeah.
to
They
be on
heard
TV.
other people talk like that, and then they talked like that.
Isn't it the Mid-Atlantic accent? Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's gone.
1920s. Come on down. We'll talk like this for the rest of the show. It's like a mix of
Breaking
New
news.
York and a New York accent or a British accent.
That's like mid-Atlantic.
That's
Yeah.
what I said.
Yeah. No, I'm saying that's why is because
Oh.
it's
In the middle of the Atlantic.
yeah.
Right in the middle.
Yeah.
What island is that? Mid-Atlantic?
Canary Islands.
Yeah. Right there in the middle of the
Ooh,
Atlantic.
Canary Islands are, I think they're more.
They're more close to Spain.
Spain.
Yeah. But there's probably something in the middle.
I don't think they're. Is there?
There's got to be Atlantic islands. There's all those Pacific islands. Why isn't there one in the Atlantic?
Because there was.
Is that where Atlantis was? And
Atlantis
it's
was
like-
right in the middle.
Mm.
Oh, is that where the accent? Do they speak Mid-Atlantic in Atlantis?
Imagine you go there and it's like ancient, like advanced civilization, and they're just like, "Hello there, everything's going good today.
Wait, what the fuck?
Great weather."
You guys
Yeah.
speak English? We speak Mid-Atlantic. Oh, okay, sorry. What about you?
I couldn't take them serious, no matter how advanced they are.
If that was their accent, you'd be
Yeah.
like, nah.
I'm like, I just need to get back to the surface. Like, I don't even tell anybody about this because I'm pretty sure I'm high in shrooms. And guys like, okay.
This is just a weird fever dream.
You're like, I'm
I
not going
swear.
to tell anyone because it's embarrassing for you guys.
It's embarrassing for me. People are gonna think they're like, Fernie, you're a goddamn stoner. What are you talking about? You're talking to some weird people, weren't you? And I was like, yeah.
The fish people.
I was talking to the people from Atlanta. Fernie, stop smoking.
It's time to stop.
I did some shrooms this weekend, and I ran into people in
The Mid-Atlantis.
Mid-Atlantis.
Like, dude, you spent swimming in your swimming pool for an hour. You didn't even go underwater. You're just sitting there like that.
Yeah.
Dude,
Floating.
you're in a hotel with some British people. Oh,
Just floating face down with a snorkel on so you could breathe.
bro,
Dude, that's fun.
I think you're in Hollywood with some dude doing a bad British accent. That's all it was.
You're like, oh, well, that makes sense.
It makes a lot of sense. How did I get to that hotel? I do not know, but it was good.
You guys, do you think you have an accent?
I don't know. Maybe.
I feel like whenever people are like, I don't have like, no one thinks they have an accent, but everyone does.
Probably.
Oh, when I talk in Spanish, I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Well, it's just because you're an English first learner, right? It's like Spanish is your third language almost.
It is my third language. Like, ¿dónde está la biblioteca? ¿Dónde está la bicicleta? Yo quiero un libro a la bicicleta.
Dude, you're a Libro?
Yeah, yo está un libro. Yo gusta bicicletas. And they're like, what? What about bikes? I was looking for the place to get books. La Libros.
Coincidentally, bikes and books sound kind of the same.
They do.
Well, library.
Yeah, I know. But I'm saying even in English, books and
bike
bikes.
and
Oh, yeah, bikes and books.
Yeah.
La biblioteca. La bicicleta.
Maybe they have the same roots.
Maybe.
It's Latin, so maybe.
Yeah. I'm not supposed to touch my eye.
Oh, yeah.
I might have pink eye. I don't think so at all, but maybe.
It's a possibility.
It's like a 1%, maybe 10% chance. I'm not going to say how I got it.
Someone farted on his pillow.
They told me to, and I was just like, yeah, maybe. Maybe you did. Maybe you didn't. And I went to sleep.
Oh, shit. Did I touch my face? I don't remember.
Oh. Are you... That looks like one of those choking, like the Garrett thing.
Don't worry about that.
Okay.
When they like
Sorry.
come up behind someone's
Yeah.
seat, and they're like,
With like piano wire or whatever.
yeah.
It's not piano or...
Oh, going back to that accent thing real quick.
Yes.
Someone at work this week said... Well, they were 100% sure I was white based on talking to me on the phone.
They're like, no, you're wrong.
Yeah, they were convinced. They're like, oh, that guy's white. They're like, you're not the person we talked to. The person I talked to on the phone was white.
You're like this.
They're like, I could tell by the way he talked.
That's kind of... You can't really tell how anyone is from their
Yeah.
voice.
You don't change your voice around the phone.
I do.
Oh, yeah, I do too.
But everyone sounds...
I put on my customer service voice.
If
And
you're
I
from
guess-
California, you sound white, I think.
Yeah, you just have that like Southern California, like almost surfer accent.
You're like, oh, what's up, dude?
Yeah, bruh.
Like, that's an
Come on.
exaggeration, but all of us sound like that a little bit.
Yeah, we have like 5% of that.
I say dude a lot and like a lot.
The
Yeah.
vocal fry,
Wow.
when at the end of your sentences, you like...
Yeah, we elongate our vowels.
Oh, yeah, I do that,
like, yeah.
What?
Probably like from people from like other parts of the U.S. They're like, you guys... I can't understand you.
Yeah,
I
they're like,
don't
you guys
understand.
sound like Southern Californians.
I don't understand what you're saying. You gotta speak up a little there, boy. I'm like, what?
Lucky for us, Hollywood and media generally sound like us.
Yeah.
So everyone kind of knows
Mhm.
what we sound like.
Sounds
True.
proper. You gotta talk like this.
I've heard from people who are like from the South
Mhm.
that have to unlearn their accent just to like fit in.
Oh yeah, when
like,
they come
the
to
city.
LA. Yeah.
They're like, oh, I learned to talk like this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't talk like a Southerner anymore.
No, I met like different people from like travels and stuff, and like I heard accents. I was like, God damn, like, where are you from? So I was like, I'm from Louisiana. You know, I'm bring down by. I'm like, what the fuck is
What
that
are you
say?
saying? Keeps talking about crawdads. No, sorry, that's offensive to Louisiana.
No, but it's like it's
disrespect.
kind of hard too. You're just like, what the fuck? I was like, I don't understand. Like,
Do you ever go to another country and hear another American and you're like, oh, you sound like me?
oh yeah.
It's nice. It's like a very comforting thing.
Oh, talking about that. Okay, so I was in Japan and I was trying to get around, and this other guy spoke Japanese, but he was like, yeah, and he spoke English. I was like, oh, dude, you speak English, dope. I was like, where are you from? I was like, what state? And he's like, oh, I'm from Canada. And I was like, oh shit. And I was like, oh, and he's like, where are you from? And I was like, California. And he's like, all right, cool. But I was like, oh, I thought he was.
You're like, we speak the same language at least. Yeah.
He was probably a lot more polite though.
Oh hell yeah, he was real cool.
Yeah.
And then I met this family from Australia. They were fucking cool too. And he's like, yeah, English people stick together. And I'm like, oh yeah, dope. And I was like, I have no clue what's going on.
Australia's real close to Japan. Like, relatively.
Flight wise, maybe.
For sure, flight-wise.
Yeah, it's real close to Polynesia.
Because you figure you go, if you're going west from California, you like a long time to get to Hawaii, and then a little bit longer to get to Australia, and then Japan and Australia compared to those, close.
Well, no, from here to Hawaii is 5 hours, but you gain depending on like what time, like if it's daylight saving times or not.
It's only you go back in time.
Yeah, you gain either 2 or 3 hours.
That's pretty good.
But going to Japan is a 12-hour trip.
No way, is that far?
Yeah, 12 hours
It's a long
straight.
flight.
One way.
Over the Pacific?
over the Pacific.
They should just put the underground trains, the underwater.
But it also
Just
like,
go straight through the center of the Earth. It's probably faster.
but like no,
An elevator.
depending on like how they do it too, because sometimes they fly over the Arctic, and then they'll do the over
The
or they'll
curvature?
go straight again. Yeah, because it's also due to like weather patterns and like jet streams. Like if they catch a good jet stream coming west, they'll or east for them coming this way, it'll cut the flight by a couple hours.
They should just dig a big hole and give you a parachute.
Yeah.
You just jump through.
Hollow Earth theory, dude.
It's whee! You'd be falling for like an hour. Imagine how uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It'd be like a
Because how fast can you fall? Like, there's a number, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't
Terminal
remember what
velocity.
terminal velocity for
It would
person
take a
is.
long time to fall through to
I think-
Japan.
But also, you would have to be like in a sphere or something because like
Yeah, you would die when you go through the center of the Earth. Like, there's magma and a lot of heat
Fake
and temperature.
news. There's nothing. It's empty.
Also, in theory, gravity pulls you to the center of the Earth. So at some point, you just stop.
Yeah, you just-
Yeah, and you just be stuck in the center of the Earth.
It'd be like a magnet, you know, they balance out the
Yeah.
the floating ones,
Yeah.
and they go like back and forth and then even out to the middle.
Yeah,
so you
that'd
would
be
need a
good.
stronger magnet to pull it through. So the thing has to be magnetized to pull you through.
Yeah, it would have to launch you.
Once you get to Australia, you got to put on your magnet shoes so you don't fall off.
Oh, yeah, that's true. No, they use a gravity tether.
Fernie's like, huh?
Yeah.
You
do you
just
guys know about this?
tie yourself down to a post.
Yeah.
'Cause
And then if you don't like
on the
so-
bottom of the earth.
Yeah. And then if you don't like someone, you throw your boomerang to hit their tether, and then they just fly off. They fall off. They fall into the sky.
It's like kangaroos. You think they're jumping, but they're really like trying to stick to the ground.
And they
They
start
like fall
floating.
away and then they go back.
Yeah. That's them pushing themselves back to the ground so they don't float away.
That's what their pouches are for. Gust of air up to push them back down.
That makes sense.
It's like a big fart.
How do you guys know about this?
The secret Australian technology.
Yeah.
I gotta go. Just
Plus, you know what's I think is a true fact? That because they're on the bottom of the earth, the moon is upside down.
don't talk about Australia anymore. All right, let's be quiet now.
Like you know how we see the moon?
Yeah.
They see the reverse of it.
Let's see the upside
That,
down.
that actually makes sense. I
Yeah.
think that is true. I saw a picture and I'm like, I can see that how that works.
Wouldn't they see everything upside down? But then it'd be relative to their.
Yeah, but
Field of
the
view.
Earth and everything on Earth is normal because they're
Yeah.
on Earth.
But what
But
about
the moon's not on Earth, so it's flipped.
So are penguins like fighting gravity? They have like control over gravity, right? That's why they can't fly.
They have a special bladder, yeah.
Yeah. That's why they can't fly. 'Cause they're
That's
so
why they spend their
super
time in the
heavy.
water
They're
too.
super dense.
Is because the water it's easier to swim down.
Yeah.
No, they
Or
kind of
up.
sink. Because they're dense. They have to go into the water. And the water is different density too because it doesn't go off the surface. It's more like a gel
It's
down
thick
there.
water.
Yeah, it's gel.
It's like on SpongeBob
pudding?
where they have the
No.
water
No,
in the
thick
water.
water. You never had thick water?
Like Jello.
No, you never had thick water?
Dense.
No.
There's
Like
thick
really
water.
viscous.
Yeah,
Like
no,
a
there's
syrup?
such thing as a thick water.
Blue
What is it?
Lagoon.
It's thick water.
What makes it thick?
I have no idea. I just know
I've heard of heavy water.
What makes it heavy?
I don't know.
Minerals?
elements.
Probably yeah. It's like
No, but there's such thing
Charged.
as thick water. It's thicker than regular water. It's for like drinking or something for people with certain like drinking.
it's like a health thing,
Yeah,
like alkaline water but different.
What makes like you mean it's thick like it's syrupy? Like what do you mean by thick?
I don't understand how it works. We got to show you. Like I saw it and it blew my
Like
mind.
it's-
It's like I
You
don't.
pour it
understand-
in water and it sinks.
Very viscous. The viscosity.
It's dense.
Yeah, it's very dense. It's like
Ketchup.
yeah, if you made ketchup, no,
Pancake batter.
like Jello, but like what? I don't know. It's weird. I don't know how to
Honey.
explain. No, it's more
Maple
thinner,
syrup.
Thinner.
Molasses.
Almost like
That fake maple syrup.
Yeah,
Pancake syrup.
yeah, like that almost.
Okay.
No, more like the consistency of like hand sanitizer. I think.
You could drink
Like a
that too.
gel. Yeah, that's pretty runny.
Like a Jello. Yeah.
So I was cracking my back. That was that weird thing was me cracking.
Also, there's also like what's that really like liquidy like hand sanitizer?
The ones that they were making during the pandemic.
Yeah, like
The
you
tequila
do
ones?
this-
Yeah.
That was
Kinda like
nasty.
that, yeah.
That was like rubbing alcohol.
That was my
It
least
smelled
favorite part
weird.
about
You're
the
like,
part
what
time.
is this? It gave me a headache.
You do like wash your hands with it before you eat, and then all your food would taste like crap.
Yeah.
That was the worst.
Yeah.
I wish I had COVID back then, so I wouldn't taste it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Is it? You can say that kind of stuff now, right?
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Yeah. Tragedy is no comedy is tragedy plus time. It's been enough time.
It was bad as when I was making jokes about it back then, but
Yeah.
there's no recorded history of that. So
No. So that never happened.
yeah. Like, I remember after, like, 2 or 3 weeks, after the lockdown was already, like, it's been a while,
Mhm.
I was like, bro, just give it to me already.
Yeah. Let me move on with my life.
Yeah, I was like, what if they have a place instead of vaccines? They're like, if you're down, we'll give it to you.
Yeah. It's like you get COVID and then you live in quarantine and then you get out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They could have done that.
They could've.
Have someone who has it just spit into a cup.
Or directly into your mouth.
Yeah.
I mean, why not?
You just
At that point.
pay him $30 an hour, just
Spit in
stand there.
people's mouths. He's just constantly drinking water.
He's like, I gotta take a break. I'm dehydrated.
Actually, he'd have to be on an IV drip because if he's drinking water, like he's just going to be spitting water into your mouth. So he needs to be hydrated a different way.
He just eats the hydration powder.
Yeah.
Like the freaking Gatorade packets or whatever. Just without
electrolytes.
water.
Just 2 IVs coming in, and then he has like the other drip-ins of like electrolytes. and all
Like
that.
Bane.
Yeah.
Bane
He has a
from-
tank on his back and a pump.
I'm hydrated.
What's that noise?
I will break you.
My electro pump. Electrolytes.
Bane was just naturally like that. He just was really hydrated and
Yeah.
had a lot of nutrition.
He just had protein shakes flowing through that thing.
Neutralized. Neutralized. How would you say, like, instead of
Nutritioned?
nutrition?
Nutrient?
Nutrient.
It's just nutrient-rich fluid.
It's very nutrient.
Your blood gets like heavy, like thick water.
Yeah.
Thick water. It's like chubby rain. That's how it is.
What's Chubby Rain? I'm scared to ask.
Yeah, that sounds like somebody's porn star name.
No, you never seen Bowfinger?
No.
Oh really?
No.
That's
Goldfinger?
The Boldfinger. It's with Eddie Murphy and Steve Martin.
No.
Is that the one where they're making a movie or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
Dude, that's a good movie. Well, that's the movie they make. It's called Chubby Rain.
Okay.
Some stay dry and others feel the pain.
Chubby Rain. No, but that's the movie within the movie. It's pretty good.
Well, that's the movie they're making?
That's the movie they're making in Bowfinger.
Mm.
It has like Heather Graham, Eddie Murphy,
It's too
Steve
meta.
Martin.
Like that movie that came out recently with that Steven Spielberg's childhood.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Steven Spielberg's movie?
Yeah, it's too
Yeah.
it's too meta.
Isn't it directed by Steven Spielberg also?
Yeah.
Yeah. He just made a movie about himself as a kid.
And he
But
makes
it's not
movies
about
in
him.
the movies of him making movies.
Yeah.
I made movies once. We can make sound bites and stuff?
You just want to press the button to make sounds.
Yeah, I do. Like,
That'd be good when you have like us, like recordings of what we said, and you can meme us back with our own voices.
I'm waiting
That'd be
for that
fun.
to happen soon. It's gonna happen soon. So you can meme us back with our own.
Yeah, you
Just play it
replay
back.
Check it out.
Thick water.
Thick water. Let's see if I can do that right now.
No,
No.
please don't.
Thick water.
It's happening.
They sell
You
thick
already
water
started.
at layers.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
their water has
Dude,
layers.
you know,
It's thin
Thick
water on
water.
top.
you have thick water, thin water, soda.
You know when there's
vinegar.
like a film of oil on the top of the water, it's gonna have that? Oh, fuck.
We lost
What
our audio.
happened?
Yeah.
Oh,
GG.
We were like an hour in.
shit. Is that... It's dead audio?
Yeah, that's all gone.
Well, I guess we're reconvening.
Well, we have that, so hopefully that.
We can
did
just
it.
use. We're using that, guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sorry for the bad audio quality.
yeah. The recording just went out.
We had to
Yeah.
use our backup mic, and that's what we're using because I don't want to record a whole nother hour.
Yeah.
We are. Sorry, guys.
If you feel you have reached this recording in error, we're sorry.
Yeah, that's basically what just happened.
Sound.
Sound, yeah.
More-
Sound.
More things.
Yeah.
More
Morphine?
effects. Morphine.
Morphine.
Don't do it. Not even once.
What if you're in the hospital and you need it?
Oh, you just push that button. You're like,
Are you able to give it to yourself?
Yeah.
yeah, but there's a
It's on a
stopper.
drip.
Yeah,
You can't like overdo it. It's got like a computer that times
there's
it
a
or whatever.
there's
So if you use like say an hour, you have like 3 clicks.
you can't.
If you use them all at the beginning, are you just in pain at the
No,
last?
like you can't double click it. Like it won't let you.
You click it and it goes, okay, you clicked it. We'll get to click it again in like an hour and a half or 90 minutes, whatever like that. It gives you the duration. Like whatever the doctor sets, and then there's like a whole thing to it.
You ever been on a morphine drip?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What was your injury?
Car crash.
Oh. Nice.
Yeah. And, someone flipped the car, and I was
They
like,
put you on a morphine drip for that?
I thought you guys were fine off
Yeah, I
of that.
was 100% fine. Like,
"Oh no, my stomach was hurting." And they're like, "Oh, let's put you real quick." And then like, cause all this was hurting in my chest, and I was good. And they're like, there's no like
internal injuries.
they want to get checked for that first. And they said what happened is just I got the seatbelt hit, like just bruised me.
And they put you on morphine for that?
I got some painkiller. I don't know what the fuck it was, but it was strong.
You're like, whoa.
I was like,
I just stubbed my toe, but thanks.
well, because I walked in and they're like, "What's wrong?" And I was like, "I was just in a car accident." And they're like, "What?" And I told them what happened. They're like,
Let's get this guy morphine stat.
No, they're like, "Okay, get him in the cat." First they got the CAT scan or whatever, the CT scan, and they're like, "Get him to that and get some X-rays. We want to see if he's okay." They're like, "Well, where does it hurt?" And I was like, "Right here." Like,
Everywhere.
No, because they're like,
Here and here and here and you just keep going.
no, I just said like my chest and my stomach. They're like, "Okay, it's good that you came in because that's what a lot of people die from are internal bleeding."
Oh.
Yeah, they a lot of people are like, "Oh, I'm fine," and they go home and they die from internal bleeding. They're like, that's what you're supposed to do after you're in an accident. Come in, not be anything outside, but internal is like way more sensitive. So like, I had like a nice little bruise. Whatever.
And you gotta have a fun time with the
Morphine drip.
yeah.
Dude, it was good. I was like, all right.
My grandma, whenever she takes she's been in the hospital and they give her painkillers, she trips. Like she gets like hallucinations. So they have to figure. They don't know. They have to give her something else. I remember when she went to the doctor. I went to go visit her. Like she got surgery, and I went to go visit her at the doctor, and she's like, "There's spider webs everywhere."
I did get the morphine drip from my ankle.
Were you tripping? Yeah. The only time I took like painkillers was like for my wisdom teeth, and I just went to sleep.
They gave you extra dosage, though.
Yeah, they accidentally gave me double the dose. But like, whoopsies. And I played Pikmin. It was great.
You're like,
It's a good game to play when you're just like, oh.
yeah, when I had my ankle some surgery, it was pretty good. But they also gave me like some fucking pills. I don't know what it was. My doctor's like, only take it if you really need it.
Yeah.
No, I took one.
It's a whole bottle.
Dude, I took one and I didn't know what the fuck. I lost like a good 5 hours. I was sat on the couch and just like, the fuck? It's nighttime.
Dang.
I took this in the morning.
I feel like that's how that stuff is. It's like, I remember when my wisdom teeth were pulled, my brother was like staying home with me, and he was like, dude, you kept falling asleep. I would just be playing games. I'd like just fall asleep, and I wake up, and I didn't even notice I fell asleep.
Oh, yeah. People on opiates, they nod off.
Yeah.
They'll like start to fall and they catch themselves. And kind of like Fernie on the podcast, he'll do that neck droop, and then he's like, oh shit, I'm awake.
It's like when you get the feeling you're
Are you on a
falling,
morphine drip right now?
All the time.
there's like a bag back here, dude. No. It'd have to be higher. It'd have to be like up here.
Yeah,
also has a
it has to be
pump.
above your heart. Oh, it has a pump.
Yeah.
Grrr.
Not a manual pump, like
Ferdy's like pumping
he's
something
got
with
a
his
foot,
foot.
like
Yeah.
a bicycle pump. He's got a foot thing that he steps on every time he wants a hit.
No.
The one
just-
for the beach balls? Like
Yeah.
No, it's just on a bike pedal thing.
Ooh. They can't see our legs.
Yeah.
But they see us moving.
It's like a sewing machine.
He's
Oh,
All the
got
old school ones with the wheel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, not like the new one, the automatic one. You just hit the
the
thing
electric
and
where that's
electric
just the
ones,
go pedal.
You push it and it goes, and you're like, oh.
No, dude, this is full manual. There's no
This one just
no
goes,
noise.
it doesn't inject through IV. This is needle
Oh,
piercing
no.
every time injection.
So,
So, morphine.
don't do it.
No.
More like less fiend. am I
Morphine
right?
gets you
Yeah.
crazy high and shit.
From all the horror stories I hear of people getting addicted to stuff, I feel like it's not even worth. Like, you should just endure the pain.
Yeah, just be in pain.
Yeah.
It's temporary. It's just pain.
Yeah.
Like it's I don't know, because all it does is it doesn't like help you heal or anything. It just masks the pain.
You
You
still-
still have the same injury. You just don't feel it.
Like, Tremolo turns into a Superman. For me. She gives me energy. And I'm like, I feel no pain. And then later I'm like, fuck.
You stuck
You're like, I
it.
shouldn't have been doing all that lifting.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
It's like even pre-workout that has like some of them have those chemical where you don't feel your muscle strain.
Yeah.
That stuff's. I took that one time and went to the gym and I was like doing bench or whatever, and I was like, dude, I can't like physically push the weight up, but I don't feel any like burn.
Yeah.
It was weird. You just like I can't physically move.
You're like, my muscles don't do it
Yeah.
anymore.
But you feel nothing.
Yeah.
That's how it was when I was at the warehouse. I'll take a truck. I'm like, I could fucking lift box so then I'm like, oh fuck my back.
Jeez. I've never worked that hard in my life. It hurt so bad.
Yeah, then I was like, well, time to leave this job.
Yeah. A lot of jobs where you're lifting things for a long term, not good.
No.
Not good at all. It's like you could do it for 10 years or so, but it's like, dude.
Dude, that's why this one guy was doing it for fucking forever. And he was like in his 50s, 60s. And I was like, I don't know how he does it. Like,
He probably had a lot of pain.
Yeah.
Like guys that do like construction for 30 plus years, they're just in pain the rest of their life.
Yeah. That's true.
You just gotta,
Deal with being in pain.
yeah.
they handle it well too. Like, what?
That's why they're so tough. Because they're literally tough.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tough as nails. He hit him in the back with a hammer, and they're like, meh.
Like I feel that every day.
Yeah. So like that happens at work all the time.
You think that hurts? You should see how I am when I'm trying to go to bed.
Dude.
You're like, oh.
My dad was telling me this one time. He was at a job site because he used to do construction, and him and his friend were walking, and then a hammer just fell, and whacked the dude in the head. He's just like fucked him up real hard.
Was he wearing a hard hat?
No, it was after the job was done.
Oh.
Yeah, they were just
no.
walking out, and it was like bing, 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 bing. Someone dropped a hammer.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
That could
Yeah, I
like disable you.
Oh yeah, it fucked him up real bad. He's
like
like,
your muscle control and everything.
I think he's like disabled now. He's
What-
good.
On a brighter note, but similar story. One time I went to golf and stuff. It's like a mini golf place, and this kid swung and let go of his
Oh, shit.
his golf club,
Yeah.
and he like. But it was we were kids at the time, and it narrowly missed my brother.
Oh dang.
Like it could have hit him, and
That would have been bad.
like I forgot. Not even it wasn't even like someone was our family or anything. Some random lady went off on the teenagers. She's like, "You could have killed that kid." Da, 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 da. We're like, "Oh, thanks for yelling at them."
Yeah. It wouldn't have been the same if I had done that.
Yeah, like they're not gonna take that from a 9-year-old, but
Yeah.
thanks.
Somebody's like, oh, I'm ready for this.
Yeah. Just all that pent up hate towards the teenagers.
Yeah.
She's like finally a chance to yell at them.
Yeah. And be in the right.
Yeah.
Nah, preteens are worse than teenagers.
Yeah. They could have been when you're 8 years old, anyone slightly older than you is
Yeah.
like a freaking college student.
College, dude.
You don't anyone like 3 years older than you don't know how old they are as a kid.
That's true.
It's true, dude. Working like I heard one kid call another kid old because they're like, I'm this old, and they're like, you're old, and I was like, what the
They're like 6 months older than each other.
Yeah. You should have been like, oh man, if they find out I'm in my 20s, they're going to get on me.
like, how old are you? I'm
Old enough.
They're like, "Are you a grandpa? You're 24."
yes, I'm very ancient, 350,000 years old, and they're like,
You were born in the 1900s?
Dude, that's the worst part.
I had someone kid that to me, and I was like, yeah, what about it?
All the kids born in 2000 plus are like,
Yeah.
that's the ancient times.
They're born before the devil.
I can't wait till when I'm 80 and I was born in like the early century, you know?
Yeah.
Because think of like the turn of the century from 18
Yeah.
to 19.
Oh, that's true.
That's the old times if you were born pre 1900. So when we're like old as hell, we'll be extra old as hell.
Well, we're all born in the 20th century, and these kids, new kids, were born in the 21st century.
That's what I'm saying. So like in the 2070s when we're like old as hell, like from like advanced medical, and we're just like that, like raisins.
Yeah. We're just like, please
No,
kill
John.
me.
They're gonna think we're like artifacts though, because it's the 1900s.
You have been 19 this time. Sorry.
Back in my day,
Back in my day.
there was no internet, and they're like, "Whoa!"
Dude, probably by that time there won't even be an internet either. Like, they're going to be onto something else.
No, like,
Like, what's that? You're like, "Oh
Yeah.
no!"
We didn't have Wi-Fi, and they're like, what's Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
you just didn't have a thing in your head?
They're like, you didn't have telepathy growing up? We're like, no.
Like we had phones where you called people.
You don't have your
My phone was plugged into the wall at my house, and you had to stand in the kitchen if you wanted to call someone, and they had to also be at home in their kitchen. Otherwise, it didn't work.
It's true.
Mine was cordless. What the heck you talking about?
I remember getting my first cordless phone.
Are you a sorcerer?
Yes. In the witch's way. This line has no line.
Remember, like, voicemails for people's house when it would play on a speaker.
Yeah, and everyone would hear it.
Yeah, that's embarrassing.
I remember once I had to like unplug the
Answering.
answer machine. Jesus, I forgot the
It's
name.
been
of
so
it.
long.
I was like,
Someone's calling you. Hey Fernando, what you up to tonight? And you're like, my girlfriend's here.
wow. What was that? No, don't worry about it. It was my friend being stupid.
Did you have the old answering machine that used tapes, or was yours?
Both.
Oh, I never had the tape.
I never had
the
a
digital.
tape.
You only had the digital, dude. I
Yeah,
had
we
the
were late
tape
to the
one.
answering machine part.
Like fuck up the tape if you rewind it too fast or too many times. And then I don't know why.
Tiny ass tapes.
Yeah, but some people they're the same as the tape recorder tapes. People would save them sometimes, not re-record. I was like, I don't know.
I want to hear my voicemails from 20 years ago.
You want to hear my voicemails? They called me one time, and I'm like, I don't really care who called you, bro. Like I just tell people send letters if you want to reach me.
I mean, like
With digital, because it's voicemail stored on your phone, or do you delete them right away?
Yeah.
No, I have some old ones.
Yeah, I have all mine. I don't ever delete them.
Really?
Yeah, I listen to them and then I'm like, okay, and then that's it.
I listen to them and I delete them. Sometimes I'm like, no transcribe, delete.
My mom still has one from before my voice dropped, I think.
Oh.
I'm like, hey mom, come pick me up. I'm done for practice. Or something like that. Like,
And she plays it all the time when you're around.
hey mom, I'm done with school. Come here. Like,
I
it's,
wonder, not this. I want to sound like. I wonder what I sound like before puberty.
you probably- Yeah, exactly. Just do whatever you think kids sound like. That's probably how you sounded.
You're the opposite. You had a super deep voice before puberty. You're like, hey mom, I'm done with school. Come pick me up.
The peanut butter sandwich was delicious.
Damn, I'm tired. I'm here at the nurse's office.
Make sure you bring chocolate milk. I want a chalky milk.
Mom, I tripped and fall. I need you to pick me up. How old is your son? 28? He's
a grown-ass man.
8. He's 8.
Call her at work. Mom, can I have a second ice cream?
Why is your 30-year-old son calling? That was 8 years old.
Yeah, that'd be the funniest thing. Your baby comes out and is like, goo goo.
Wow.
Alright, can I talk to my mom? They're like, that's fucking weird, bro. No, seriously, I don't talk to her. Who is this? You know she's married. No shit.
That's my dad.
My dad, bro. What? I just need to talk to somebody. How old are you? 8 years old, bro. 8.
Why is it so funny to think of like a kid with
Everybody
a
thinks you have one of those fucking Mattel Tiger voice changers. No, this is my regular voice.
I wonder if you could train your kid to talk like that. I'd do it.
You probably could.
Just always talk to him in that voice. So he
Yeah,
doesn't
then
sound
they'll
low.
do the same voice back.
That's how
Mom,
people say
dad. Why, mom, dad. Like, who the fuck's that? Ow.
You're like, oh, I just put my kid to go to sleep.
Bro,
And then you hear, wah.
If I was in like class and I heard a kid go, hey, Mr. So-and-so, what do I do today? I'm like, are you fucking from Looney Tunes? You that kid from Looney Tunes? That muff dude?
I feel like as a teacher, it's a trip once their voices drop. Like if you worked in 7th grade,
Oh, yeah.
like you come back from winter vacation, the kid's like, hey, mister. Like, whoa, what happened?
Yes, you know. Hey, you know, over summer break, and I was like, what?
Especially if it was over summer break and you weren't there for the squeaky voice part.
No, dude, I seen one kid come back and I was like, dude, you grew like a foot. Like, what the hell happened?
I remember being in like 6th grade, and one of my friends, like his voice was the first to drop. And like everybody was like, "Hey guys, are you gonna play much Pokemon yet?" Like everybody, right? And he goes, "What's up, guys?" And we're like, "What the fuck? What happened to him?" We're like, "Dude,
Why is this man calling you on the phone? This is my friend. Where'd you meet him? At school.
And on the opposite end, I knew a guy whose voice didn't drop till like college.
Oh, damn.
His voice, he thought his voice was gonna be like that forever, that it would never drop.
And
And then like when he was like 19, he's like, "Hey guys."
it finally happened.
He's like, oh, shit.
Yeah,
There goes my
it took
career.
a while.
I gotta go soon, so
This is it.
yeah, I think it's time to wrap.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
Like, comment, subscribe, say the magic word grapefruit.
For a wonderful, delicious surprise.
Was it grapefruit last time?
No, it was papaya or something.
Did we have one last time?
I don't know.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, okay.
It was a fruit of some sort. We always do a fruit. Now it's grapefruit,
Great. Yeah, it's got fruit built into the name.
but it's not a grape.
No.
Don't get it twisted.
Don't say grape.
No.
Say grapefruit.
But yeah, see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully it sounded okay.
Ah!
Now you dance.